Guys, what's going on? My name is Louis, and God bless every single one of you. Today is October 4th, 2023, and welcome to the Grand Supreme News Channel. All right, guys, so we have a red alert breaking news I want to share to you. I want to show you this map really quick here. I just posted a video about Vladimir's birthday, October the 7th, and some people are saying that there's a possibility this man might launch something very powerful. A flying, powerful nuclear missile. Now they're saying that this thing is going to be launched from this site right here. All right, so we have breaking news on this one. This is just one of the places where the USSR tested its nuclear, along with Novaya and Kazakhstan, which should mean that thermonuclear testing will most likely occur. All right, so I just want to give you that update. It seems like they might launch something from this territory. All right, and not only that, but we have more breaking news updates. The sleeping giant will transfer to UKR Persian weapons and ammunition intercepted on the way to Yemen. Look at that, sleeping giant just took someone's weapons, gonna give it to UKR now. That is a lot. And it's heading there right now. But we got some more breaking news updates. It's not over. NATO pumps the armed forces of UKR with equipment. And I want to play this video. This is coming out right now. Sirens across the bear as it holds nationwide emergency drill. Give me a second. Let me just play this video. All right, so that's what's going on right now. All right, so it's very important that people prepare spiritually, physically, and mentally. A lot of information is coming out, and there's a lot of stuff that is being sent right now to UKR. A lot of these stuff belongs to other countries that the sleeping giant has took from them. From, I guess, 2008, 2009, if I'm not mistaken. So once again, for those of you that are not aware, the bear has sirens blare across the bear country as it holds nationwide emergency drill. And you guys already know it happened here in the sleeping giant. All right. So a lot of information is coming out, and this here is about the bear leader's birthday plan revealed. We're gonna see what's going on in all this. And War News 24/7 is putting out the information. Special report of the sleeping giant. The bear will strike NATO country. It is considering 4 targets. NATO will not respond militarily. Alright guys, before I start, give this video a big thumbs up. Share this video with your friends, families, or loved ones. I appreciate the love and support. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, once again, the PayPal link and the Patreon link is in the description box. Also guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream every Sunday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about in the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Louis Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. So this one here is what concerns me. Because I mentioned that we're not 100% sure if this nuclear launch is going to take place on the bear leader birthday, and it seems like it might. It seems like there's a possibility this could be imminent. Maybe it's before the Vlad's birthday, or possibly on October the 7th on his birthday, or after his birthday. We don't know. But there's a lot of activity going on in this area. So once again, let me just read this part really quick. The bear has also placed, a NOTAM for a large part of the Barents Sea. This is just one of the places where the USSR tested its NUKE, along with Novaya and Kazakhstan, which should mean that the thermonuclear bomb testing will most likely occur. All right. So there's a possibility we might see the bear launch something, but it's not going to be towards the sleeping giant. But I don't know, guys. This could be a test, or this could possibly be the real deal. But my guess is UK or a land in NATO. Now, these type of stuff is what the bear does not like to see. Now, why is the sleeping giant doing all this? Why, sleeping giant? Why? Why, sleeping giant? What you got to do this, man? Why, sleeping giant? This is why everybody got their text alert. Everybody got it. So it's very important to be prepared spiritually, physically, and mentally. Now, I kept my phone on. There is no way I'm going to turn my phone off. Absolutely not. Number one, they already know your information. They already know everything about you. If you have a computer in your house, if you have a Alexa or one of those doorbell camera doorbells, if you have an Apple Watch or Google phone, if you have a built-in camera in your flat screen TV, if you've gone to motor vehicle to apply for whatever your renewal of insurance card, if you went to the hospital and signed some documents just to check, emergency stuff, if you've gone to all these places, they already know everything about you. Turning off your phone for what? They already know everything about you. So, let's see what's going on here. The sleeping giant think tank RAND, known for its relations with the Sea Bling Bling and the sleeping giant Pent, has delivered a report to the sleeping giant Gov that opens the bag of, for many NATO states. Basically, it's warning to NATO, warning alert. The reports by the sleeping giant analyst concludes that the NATO will refuse to respond militarily to possible bear strike on NATO forces involved the bear UKR conflict. Now it says here the report has caused great concern in NATO and many European capitals as the sleeping giant appear almost certain of a bear strike. Look at that. The sleeping giant knows something is coming. We gotta send a notification. The bear knows something is coming. We gotta send out a notification. And NATO is like, we're gonna get hit. We're not gonna respond back. The sleeping giant is like, I know, NATO. Man. Yeah, ever since Mr. Byrne came into the spotlight, the Warhawk, yep, he changed everything around. The RAND founder analyzed the possibility of the bear using NUKE in Crane. I don't think it's Crane. I believe if the bear launches the NUKE, it's going to be UK. It's going to be somewhere. I don't see it be in the sleeping giant. Now, if it happens in the sleeping giant, that's Jericho style right there. I don't know if you guys seen the TV show Jericho. That a certain city got impacted, and the people that survived, they're trying to figure out who hit us. Was it the red dragon? Was it a bear? Come to find out, it was from within. And they're trying to blame others. And that was a good TV show. And then it just stopped because I guess there was too much information that the sleeping giant didn't like. All right, so it says here, according to analysts, the fighting could lead to a further escalation of the biblical war, either inside UKR or outside involving other lands and expanding the biblical war. I believe it's going to happen outside. Someone is going to see something. In this case, it is possible that the bear will use NUKE. Mr. Byrne administration considers such a scenario possible and does not want such a development. Well, what do you expect, Mr. Burns? You're sending stuff. So when you send stuff, you're provoking the bear. We don't want the bear to use that. We'll stop sending stuff. And this is why you have the other side. They don't want to give no more money to Mr. Burns. But ladies and gentlemen, $250 billion was added to the debt in one day. Someone has money put away. And you best believe it's from last year from Mrs. Nancy. I believe that they worked out something and they got money put away because they knew that the house was going to go towards the other side. Experts at the Rand Institute believe that the bear is still holding back on the possible use of NUKE for 3 reasons. NATO military potential, the loss of the Red Dragon support, and the ability to achieve the goals of the special op without using them. In addition, he emphasizes the bear capital did not initially plan to use NUKE in a special op and did not study scenarios for biblical war with the entire Sleeping Giant NATO. If there is a nuke drop, you could thank the Sleeping Giant for that. Yes, the Sleeping Giant. All right? We could thank Mr. Burns for doing that. Mr. Burns. No one else. At the same time, if the use of NUKE becomes unavoidable, it will be extensive and unlimited. Then the cost and the risk will be the same as when using tactical or strategic NUKE. Experts at the Rand Institute considered a continuation of the conflict with a limited strike by the bear against NATO because of military support for UKR as the most likely option. At the same time, they believe that the bear will be content with conventional stuff. Now remember, if the bear uses the NUKE, it's not because they wanted to do it. They have no other choice. Have you seen how much the Sleeping Giant sent? Are you paying attention? I know a lot of people's like, man, we're sending too much. Yes, and it's aggravated. It's aggravating many Sleeping Giants. But just imagine a bear, how they feeling. The bear is like, you guys are doing this in my backyard. I'm not sending stuff to Mexico. I'm not sending stuff to Cuba. You want to go back to the 1960s? Ask your buddy JF, K, when he was calling nonstop, let's work something out. The 4 scenarios, where will the bear capital hit the NATO lands? In total, the analysts are looking at 4 scenarios, ranging from the most harsh to the show of force. They stress that the bear capital will explain its action as retaliatory steps in support of UKR strikes on the bear territory. Number 1, the hardest scenario involves missiles on 6 key air and sea ports of the alliance, including Ramstein base and the port of Rotterdam. Number 2, a milder scenario is a strike on 3 NATO military bases with a threat of even more bear strike. Number 3, even milder scenario, the bear aerospace forces would blank down a Sleeping Giant satellite. Number 4, and in a show of force, a bear missile will hit an empty warehouse in Poland as a warning. Then the decision on how to respond to this will have to be made by the Sleeping Giant and NATO, and this will be very, very difficult to do, as the option of further escalation and the use of NUKE can act as deterrent. When that day comes, you think Mr. Burns is going to come to the podium? My Sleeping Giant fellow friends, no, he's not. A lot of sleeping giant will watch Barbie, while sleeping giant will launch an NUKE towards the bear. Once again, this person said NATO will not respond to a possible bear strike. They won't. Number one, they will be afraid. I just feel like they're going to be afraid. There's going to be fear. It's going to be fear. The sleeping giant will be in fear. Because just imagine having the most powerful empire in the world, and you thinking, man, if we respond to the bear and the bear take us out, I'm not going to have that, this power anymore. The Sleeping Giant Research Organization, blank, which is considered to be linked to the Sleeping Giant Pent and the Sleeping Giant Gov, concludes that the NATO may refuse to respond to a possible bear strike on NATO forces involved in the Bear UK conflict. As military experts, I'm going to skip that person's name, told the news this could be a bluff to push the bear towards escalation. The main purpose of RAND research, according to the company itself, is to provide analyst services for NATO Sleeping Giant officials, particularly Sleeping Giant and NATO policymakers. In addition, the Sleeping Giant analysts consider the following three scenarios. Number one, in the first scenario, experts are considering the option of the Bear Armed Forces striking NATO officials located on the territory of UKR. In this case, according to RAND, the leadership of the bloc will be limited to political and diplomatic pressure on the Bear. A military response is unlikely. Number two, in the second scenario, the Bear Armed Forces take down an NATO aircraft over the Black Sea. Here, analysts say that the alliance may have to resort to a military response, which will be seen by the Bear capital as the next round of escalation of the conflict with the Sleeping Giant NATO, something the Sleeping Giant and his allies are trying to avoid. Number three, finally, the third scenario is a preemptive strike by the Bear on NATO facility. Usually, in this case, experts again talk about the possibility of a military response, but they do not guarantee that we will now have such a development of events. NATO response to such a bear strike, which will likely be seen as unpredictable, could be limited, but the alliance could also harden and seek punish the bear capital with direct military actions. Very concerning stuff here. So the Sleeping Giant NATO, they are expecting for the bear to strike because they know that they are provoking the bear. They know that. Just imagine, you keep slapping someone in the back of their head, and that person's like, I'm gonna let that slide. Keep slapping them. I'm gonna let it slide. Keep slapping it. You keep slapping that kid's head, he's gonna turn around and eventually chaos will break loose. That's what's going on here. The Sleeping Giant is just provoking the bear. In addition, once again, this person analysts believe that the Sleeping Giant NATO politicians should immediately and carefully plan the escalation scenario so that later everybody does not get out of control. At the same time, in their opinion, there is no need to abandon channels with the bear capital, which will help slow down the cycle of escalation. One thing I tell you is that the Sleeping Giant do not like those in the spotlight, Mr. Burns and all them. The bear definitely don't like them either. So this is where we are right now, guys. And we are seeing that, time is ticking, tick tock, tick tock. And I'm not talking about the app here. I'm talking about real time. And now we are seeing signs that the bear is getting their stuff ready. We are seeing all the signs. The bear has also placed a NOTAM for a large part of Barents Sea. They also, I think, set up a S-500 or S-300 somewhere in Sevastopol. At the same time, the sleeping giant will transfer to UKR Persians weapons and ammunition intercepted on the way to Yemen. Sleeping giants. You don't have the money, but now you're taking from other lands. You guys see those in the spotlights? They've been doing this for many years, and now it's catching up. And everybody says the 4 or 5, bad man. Meanwhile, people stay silent when Mr. Burns start doing his thing. So what's this bear birthday plans revealed? Well, let's see. Is he going to go to a party? No. Is he going to go somewhere? No. The bear leader is planning to spend his 71st birthday on October the 7th working. Working on what? The plans of the head of the state for his birthday have been disclosed to the Shot News source. According to the source, the bear leader will not travel to the Siberian region for his birthday, as he did in 2019 when he picked mushrooms and walked in a forest with Defense Minister Sergey. Instead, the bear leader will be focused on work. What kind of work? While there is no exact schedule available yet, the source reports that the bear leader will be involved in activity in the bear capital, St. Petersburg, in this region. Yikes. There's no party. There's gonna be some stuff to come, guys. And if you missed my video, check this one out. The link will be in the comments box. The bear leader's birthday plans include doomsday flying nuclear. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, showing you all the information, all the signs, experts sounding the alarm, presidential text alert, nationwide text alert, you name it. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. So again, please share the video. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. And I'm not saying things are coming, but with all the sign going on, everything's just lining up together. I believe the sleeping giant knows something is coming. I believe the bear knows something is coming. When that day comes, the bear will have more advanced notifications since they have the loudspeaker and sirens. We gonna get it. But a lot of people are not gonna get it because a lot of people turned off their phones. So when that day comes, I pray that people are already right with Christ. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Once again, for those of you that want to give your life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path, and that's the path of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Louis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.